Elver, Chavez, Christian, Fagan. That is our last novice rules bout. There is
Mr.
Fagan.
And we talk about, walkout songs. I love the fact that this kid is coming out to Gangstar. Unfortunately, so many of these kids don't know who Guru is, rest in power. One of the best MCs ever, coming out to work. I love it.
Right.
I just dated myself, but I don't care.
Yeah.
I bang Gangstar in my gym when I do work.
He's thumping it.
I do.
Is there any other way to be, though?
No. Right. You guys are just lucky I don't start dancing in the booth.
I'm going to need you to build me a Spotify playlist because, Will Berry, you've got a great taste in music.
The young Ben Solo. I got to give a quick shout out to my kid. Hey, Sage, if you're watching. Uncle Joe, Mom, Dad, stepfather, stepmother, all that happy, fun stuff.
Wait a second. We're doing shout-outs. It's my mother-in-law's birthday today, and she's actually watching the
birthday.
broadcast.
They're all watching.
She is 35 years old today.
35
My mother-in-law is 35 years old, absolutely. Happy birthday, Donna, and to my kids watching. Love you guys, and I'll see you later.
The big 35.
I'll give a quick shout-out to all my friends and family back in the All Combat Sports group on Facebook. Make sure you guys head over there. We do fight threads every week. Keep you guys entertained.
I don't have Facebook.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Will got rid of that a long time ago.
The smartest
shout out
to
the Will
bad
Berry
for your
Instagram.
health. Yeah, I got Instagram. Facebook is bad for your mental health.
He's got the gram.
This dude, Elver Chavez, has a way about him that few people do.
Elaborate on that, though. That's very vague.
So, talking to Al Morrow yesterday, and he says he sees this guy just sitting out in front of the gym meditating, getting zen per se. Like, there's just something about this kid that you don't see with a lot of mixed martial artists. He's got a different attitude, different mindset, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how that translates into the cage. I have yet to sit down and speak with this kid. I really haven't met him. But the things I've heard about him, he's one hell of a worker and an even better athlete.
Well, and we talk about the culture of gyms. If you're coming out of MVMMA, you are coming prepared.
Yeah. And if you're not coming prepared, you ain't coming from MVMMA. Mini stroke there, sorry. For the folks at home, it's Mohawk Valley MMA.
We got Dove Holmes, Kyle Kaler in the corner.
Was that Jordan Turner as well?
Coming down with him? Army of people that came out with him.
The Mohawk Valley squad.
And Duff is a guy who's been around forever. He coached Matt Hamill.
All the way to a UFC #1 contender fight.
Yep. Actually, the only man to ever technically beat John Jones.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was a technical win, but
you can't argue that, yeah.
Hey, a win's a win.
Little mixed martial arts trivia.
Yep. Steve Mazzagatti. I'm curious to see the old.
So what I'm curious about is Christian Fagan is from G&G Wrestling, but when he was in the corner there, he was just doing some Thai shadow boxing. And let's see if he brings some of that Thai striking out.
He's mixing those martial arts, huh?
Love it. The days of that one-trick pony just don't exist anymore. They can't.
In any sport.
No, you can't go into.
Bring it up to the ring announcer, Mike Falvo.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next fight on the card is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. It is in our lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in yesterday 155 pounds, representing G&G Wrestling out of Springfield, Massachusetts, Christian Fagan. And his opponent standing across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. Representing Mohawk Valley Mixed Martial Arts, he weighed in yesterday 153.8 pounds. Fighting out of New Hartford, New York, Elver Chavez. And the man in charge of the action when the door closes, Mr. Matt Goller.
Goller back in the cage for this one.
The exciting part for me is Cage Wars at Rivers Casino has really become a hub for amateur mixed martial arts in the Northeast and really even in Canada. People are coming from all over the place to fight here.
It's the UFC of amateur MMA.
They're coming from Canada. They're coming from Pennsylvania. They're coming Western New York, Massachusetts, Connecticut,
Nice right hand.
Vermont.
We had people coming from Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh, high kick there for Chavez.
Chavez definitely has the reach and the height.
Great hair as well. Not that that matters in a fight.
Christian Fagan really calm, hands up, nice job with the guard.
Nice little combos thrown up there.
Pressure here from Chavez, putting him up against the
Chavez
fence.
doing a nice job cutting off the cage. As you notice, he followed him in after that kick and closed that distance. I'd like to see both these guys set these kicks up with some punches. Nice lead leg kick by Elvis.
Now let's see what Christian Fagan can do to maybe offset this.
There we go, setting it up with the jab. That's what we want to see.
Nice little setup combos there.
Nice use of his kicks, varying his kicks. Good job closing the distance by Christian.
Tie him up, bring him over. Oh, no.
Oh, nice.
Wow. That was interesting.
I didn't
It
expect
seemed
that.
like he pulled him back and then used the momentum to get
Absolutely,
on top
he
there.
did.
Hey, maybe I do know a thing or two about a thing or two. Thank you, gentlemen.
Excellent side control. Trying to create some downward pressure. Again, position before submission.
Yeah. Let's transition over to the side. Making him wear his weight a little bit. Just trying to go.
Good job by Elvis bringing it back to half guard.
So if you're Elver Chavez here, how do you guys get back? Because it looks like the striking is going to be the bread and butter here just based off what we've seen through the first minute and a half. How do you get back to your feet if you're
Well,
Elver
you got to
Chavez?
get guard first, which is what he did right there. You either got to sweep. Oh, sweep. Oh, look for that arm bar.
That was a nice.
And now I don't know if I would have let him up if I was Christian.
Maybe he used that arm bar to get up to his feet. We've seen that earlier this evening.
Oh, no, he was trying for the submission. He just took advantage of it when he separated.
Yep.
And again, I don't know if I would have let him do that if I was Christian. You know, he had him where he wanted him.
Ooh. Just missed that overhand. Or straight right, I should say.
Now, so we know he's got some slick takedowns. Hopefully, let's see if Elvis is more aware.
They utilize that jab. It works every time. Circling the right way.
And if you notice, Elver is in a traditional stance, Christian's in a southpaw stance. That
Nice
changes
right
those
hand.
angles. He switches back to that traditional stance.
Some nice grip striking there.
Good teep. He's got excellent use of that lead teep.
The inside leg kicks open all day, too.
Very long stance from Christian.
Utilize
10
that-
seconds.
Utilize that jab to set up that right hand.
Ooh. Not gonna let
Spinning
himself
techniques
hurt.
that close are very high risk. Wow, that's a tough round to call if
I
you're a
was
judge.
Just going to ask you guys, I would have to.
Well, let's take a second for the folks at home and explain how judging works, because I've been watching UFC and Bellator and some of these pro events, and it sounds like the commentators don't really understand the criteria. So for the folks at home, there's 3 different criteria. There's effective striking, effective grappling, and then and only then cage aggression and octagon control.
In that
So
order.
if one opponent gets a striking, the other gets a grappling, then it goes to cage control.
Yep.
But if one person gets both of those, cage control and aggression is thrown out the window. That being said, I would give striking to Elver. I would give grappling to Christian. I would give cage control and aggression to Elver.
Yep. Yeah.
Makes
Especially
sense. I can't argue with you on that.
Level change takedown there was.
Duff very animated in the corner of Elver
Now,
Chavez, but what do we expect?
If I'm Duff, I'm saying, kind of keep movement, throw the jab some more, set up that right hand because it hits. Even without the setup, he was.
I tell him to stay away from the spinning techniques.
Yeah.
No point.
There's no point in it, especially
He
your first
was
fight.
he was doing so well with everything else.
Yep.
And he gave up his back once he tried it.
I think maybe that was just confidence. Want to do something flashy.
But you want to win the fight.
I want to sit here and commentate.
Nice job
personally.
with it. Nice job, Elver, feint with the hips.
He's soaking wet with water.
Nice
All right,
1-2
see,
by
there,
Elver.
yep.
Again, Christian has a very long stance, which makes it tough to maneuver.
Don't stay in the pocket so long like that.
Chavez looks like he's really starting to pick his shots here and stay patient.
And Christian is trying to close that distance and get inside that range. if Elver should really keep working that jab. Oh, nice left hand by Christian.
Yeah, he stung him a little bit.
That stung him.
He seems like his legs are starting to get back underneath him a little bit.
Circling into his power, too.
Deceptive power in Christian's hands. Very deceptive.
And he's calm. Very calm.
Very interesting fight so far.
Tactical on both ends.
As you mentioned earlier, Jan, I'd like to see Elver attack that lead leg a little bit.
Yeah, it's open every time.
Attack the lead leg, then come back up top.
Oh.
Wow. Great awareness by Christian. Great awareness. And again, we're over halfway through round number 2. And right now, I mean, Christian Fagan has the advantage in this round.
Yep. He's not going to finish that.
No, there's no way that Elver's going to finish that choke for the folks at home.
Laying way back like that, not having your chest.
There's no leverage. There's no down pressure on the neck.
Basically just pulling the guy on top of him.
But sometimes in the heat of the moment, if the neck's there, you just grab it.
Well,
we know that.
He's going to suck his right arm in here. Going to pull him down.
Christian doing a good job keeping Elver right in his own corner. And again, that's an advantage to the athlete, staying in his corner.
Elver back to his feet here. We got a little, about 40 seconds to work.
Now, if you notice, Elver's the longer guy, but he kind of stifled himself on those jabs. He's got to really work to keep Christian on the outside. Use those teeps like that. Stop him dead in his tracks.
Maybe going back to that jab, setting things up with a jab. Maybe not such a bad idea if you're Elver Chavez.
Looking for that big right hand.
Oh.
I'll tell you what will be there is a rear uppercut, because he's looking to come in for that takedown.
Yep.
Less than 10 seconds.
And you see Chavez like circling away here, but still. Oh.
You know, and again, now the judges just see a takedown.
Yep.
Even though, you know, it was kind of an awkward takedown, it's still a takedown.
Still takedown. Still.
So right now I have this fight 1-1. What about you, gentlemen?
I could not disagree with you, even if my life depended on it.
So if you're Christian Fagan's corner, what are you saying, Jay?
Push the pace a little bit more. I mean, his awareness is perfect. I mean, there isn't anything that I would. The only thing I would do a little bit different is work kicks a little bit more, maybe.
All right, let's flip the script to you, Will. If you're the MMA corner, what are you telling Elver Chavez?
I'm saying keep your distance. Keep him on the end of your punches. You have the reach. Use it to your advantage.
Yep.
Use your feints again like he did in the first round. I didn't see many hip feints out of him in the second round. I didn't see a lot of head feints out of him in the second round.
He kept going in the pocket, taking pictures, leaving that in too long, then get out. I mean, his rotation out of the guy's power was fine, but then he'd stay in. So let's see what both corners kind of adjusted. I know Duff was over there yelling a little bit.
Well, Duff knows the pain of being on the wrong end of a decision.
Yep.
And again, Christian steps right out in the center of the cage. A lot of credit for taking the action in his hands.
They both still look more.
Oh, nice left hand by Christian. Can he finish it?
Sets him down right here in front of us. Very smart.
Got to watch the ground and pound to the face.
That was very good awareness. He didn't hit him on the way down.
So let's get up.
And that's smart, though, because you know you got him hurt. You're able to.
Wow, nice right hand.
Yep.
See, again, the southpaw opens up these angles against the orthodox. Left hand, straight left hand is going to be there all day in this position.
He's got to get that jab to get him out of there. He's throwing that right halfway through.
Nice
toss.
toss.
There.
Right into side mount. Looking
right
for
in
mount.
The full mount.
Oh, good job.
Nice.
At least he retained half guard. See, but if you notice, Chavez is bringing his neck up looking for air. You got to be careful. He'll get shoulder pressure down on that real quick.
He's working the head and arm on that
side.
He's
looking to step over in a full mount. Using that right leg to pry apart the left leg of Elver.
Yep.
And you'll hear people talk about the answering the phone technique to defend. Can you explain that for the people at home?
Just putting your hand up to your ear like you're answering the phone so he can't pull that arm closer. Oh, wow.
Good job by Elver.
Back to the feet.
Now the tide has changed. He says, get back up. We're going to do this. but there's only 1 minute and 30 seconds left, and right now it's anybody's fight.
He's tagging him with left hand, actually.
Well, and again, that straight left hand is there when it's orthodox versus southpaw. But also, for the right-handed guy, that right hand is there if he uses it correctly.
Nice sprawl there. He's got to get that
sprawl,
right.
but he's got
to get that right leg out. Oh, lets him up. A little over a minute to go.
Christian going right back to the center of the cage. Elver definitely looking worse for the wear out of the two of them in terms of fatigue. Good job slipping that right hand.
Oh, Chavez with a takedown attempt here. Unfortunately, does not wind
Backfired.
up on top. And that's got to be demoralizing.
I think he's just got a little bit more.
You hear his corner yelling scissor armbar. And again, we're less than a minute left. We're 30 seconds left right now. If this is how this fight ends, it does not look good for Elver Chavez and the judge. Right into full mount.
Stretching his legs out.
Especially after getting tagged and hurt as he did earlier in the round.
Yep.
See what we can do here with these last remaining seconds here if you're Elver Chavez.
We got 10 seconds, final 10 seconds.
Just wearing him out.
Looks like that's going to be all for this one, folks.
All right, 3 rounds in the can. Let's see what the judges have to say about this one, gentlemen. Much respect shown between these two combatants, which is exactly what you want to see after a great fight like this.
You know, I got to give it, 29-28 to Christian Fagan.
I'd agree 100%. I mean, excellent.
Here we go with the replay. You know, he slipped that right hand and came right back with that left.
Yep. Had a little.
And that's not an accident. You can tell he's trained that.
Yeah.
You know, his nervous system to react that way, it's definitely a trained technique. Good job using the wedge to defend. Coming back with the right hand. Another left hand.
It was a very good counter-striking battle.
Well, and being the shorter man, Christian did a nice job staying inside, using the wedge to block, coming back in afterwards.
Every time, tag, repeat, tag, repeat.
Staying in the eye of the hurricane, not coming outside, because when you fight that taller fighter, as soon as you come out of that eye, that's when everything can get ugly for you real quick.
Yep. And you see a lot of guys not understand that whole I'm backing out, and then that's where they usually get tagged, is not defending themselves. You can't just protect yourself while you're in and not out. That's usually when people get tagged, knocked out half the time.
And most times you're actually safer closer than you are further away. Coaches and corners showing that mutual respect for a well-fought battle.
Good fight. Very tactical fight. I mean, technical striking. I think that was the most technical striking of the night so far.
I agree, and Christian Fagan did a nice job using Elver's pressure against him, as we saw, taking him into those takedowns and rolling with him.
Yeah.
You know, because if there's anything you know about Mohawk Valley guys, it's that they push hard forward. Mm-hmm. And I think Christian and his camp did some research looking at that on tape, trying to find what techniques would complement their game plan.
Uses forward pressure against them.
Round of applause for these two great fighters. And now, after 3 hard-fought rounds of mixed martial arts action, we go to the judges' scorecard. We have a split decision. Judge Chris Belinsky scores the fight 29-28 for the red corner. Rob Axisa scores the fight 29-28 for the blue corner. And Judge Jonathan Bernard scores the fight 29-28 for your winner, as I said, by split decision, Christian Fagan.